Yeah, we're back. Long time coming, this one. We've got Ishmael Davis in. Do you want to give everyone a bit of a little intro?
Yeah.
And we'll get into it.
So, where are you from?
From Leeds, Chapeltown.
Chapeltown.
Yeah.
And how did you get into boxing?
I've been boxing since I was about 12. My big brother Johnny, he used to be a boxer at Rick Manners, and then he took me and my brother down, O'Shea Davis. Yeah, he took us down, and then I've been boxing ever since, really, in and out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you, when you first started,
I was about 11, 12.
11, 12. That's quite young then, isn't it?
Yeah, that is young. What was the reason? Just you were active kid?
I was always fighting.
Is that what it was?
Always fighting. Always in trouble.
Yeah.
That's it, really. I just always fight. My brother just said, you know, it's you that come. And I was always fighting with my brother as well at home. So my brother said, you know, he's coming down to the gym. And then we started then.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? Let's take it back a little bit to your earlier life then. So, school-wise, going out of school, what was that like for you?
School. Primary school, I was kind of like a little troubled kid. Obviously, I used to get beats at home. You know what I mean? My mum used to beat.
Yeah, I know about them words.
Beat me bad to get me. So when I used to go to school, but it was like on a high level that I used to get licks all the time. So when I used to go to school, I'd always be angry. Do you know what I mean? I was a smart kid. I'm not like I was smart. Like I always did my work and that. But I used to spend a lot of time, you know, like 1-to-1 with teachers and that, because it was like needed a bit of 1-to-1 time.
I hear that. Yeah. So stepping from that, did you go into high school?
Yeah, I went into high school. I went to Allerton Grange.
Right.
Back then, Allerton Grange was a bit of
it's quite a rough school then back then, wasn't it?
Rough school, yeah. Allerton Grange was a rough school. It was always, there again, I was fighting all the time. Running around, not listening, skipping class, all that stuff. And then I got kicked out in year 8. I started a riot. I started a riot from a fight.
Fucking hell.
From a fight, I started a riot, yeah. So it was a bit mad. I got kicked out. And then I went to Tech North.
I don't really know where that is.
It's like a bad kids school.
Okay.
I went there for about half a year. And then I went to Carmanor. But then when I went to Carmanor, that's when I settled down.
Yeah.
I settled down in Carmanor, yeah. I was in year 8. I was in year 8 when I went to Carmanor. And then in year 9, I had twins. I was 14 when I had twin boys.
Jesus.
And then,
that's quite young for.
That's super fucking young, yeah.
Mad.
What was that transition like then? Like
that was mad, but it saved me.
Yeah.
I'd say it saved me from the guy I would have been if I didn't have kids. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it saved me. It made me grow up a lot. Like, it made me grow up fast. But then, the year after that, I had another kid. In year 10. Yeah, I had another kid in year 10 with a different girl.
Yeah.
Fucking active out there, weren't you?
Active. Yeah, I had another kid in year 10 with a different girl, and then another one as well. Another potential kid, because obviously I'm going through getting a DNA with another kid. Yeah. I was in year 10 when that other kid was born as well. Do you know what I mean? So it was a bit. I had 4 kids. Well, I might potentially 4 kids in year 10. So it's a bit mad, yeah.
And then you started boxing at 11 and 12 there. Got into a little bit of trouble at high school. Yeah. And then how did your life carry on from, I guess, like 15, 16 and onwards? What was that like? Well,
when I was in Allerton Grange, that's when I made a lot of friends, you know, like my close friends that are still friends now. But then when I was like 15, that's when I started like getting wrapped up into like the streets, innit? 14, 15, that's when I started getting wrapped up into the streets. Obviously, I wanted to make money for my kids, that was one thing. And then just wanting to be a bad man, wanting to be that guy, you know, at that age. Obviously, a lot of my older like family, they're like well known and stuff like that. So I was wanting to kind of be like them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looking at them as role models, which ain't right. Obviously, I don't recommend that for no kid. So I was doing a lot of the wrong things, you know, in the streets, gangs and selling drugs and all that stuff there, you know. The wrong road that we're going down, so.
Well, that was a path the environment that you grew up in, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was
normal. It was normal. At that time, I was boxing since I was like 11, 12. Then when I got to like 14, 15 started smoking weed, you know, drinking, chilling with the wrong crowds, all that stuff there. What else as well? But obviously, all this as well comes from when I was younger. Obviously, my mum, she had a lot of kids. My mum in it. So
Yeah. How many brothers have you got and sisters?
I've got, I think 5 brothers, 6 sisters.
Okay.
Or 6 brothers, 5 sisters. One of the two anyway. But yeah, I got a lot of brothers and sisters. And my mum, she used to be a shoplifter, to provide for us.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously she used to be on drugs as well. And she went to jail and all that stuff. So it was like, had an impact on me and all my brothers, like me and all my brothers. So that's why I wanted to have a different life. And I thought the roads would get me a different life, do you know what I mean? And obviously I soon realised that it was not the right life because I went jail.
Wow.
I went jail when I think I was 18. Was that 17 or 18? I went to jail for selling drugs. And then...
How long were you in there for?
I did 10 and a half months. I got 27 months, my first sentence. And then I come out, I think I was out for like 10 months. And I got recalled. I got recalled for 4 months because domestics with my baby mum, my twins mum, the first kid's mum. But obviously, I smashed the window, I got locked up for that. Went back to jail, got recalled, yeah. I don't hit women. It was just like an altercation that police got called. But because I was on license, they sent me straight back to jail without reviewing what happened, you know what I mean? So it was like, I went there twice. And when I went there the second time, I always used to be boxing in there, shadow boxing in my pad and doing pads with people on the wing. And I always had the dream to be a boxer, do you know what I mean? I know I had it in me. So when I was in jail, I sat and I thought to myself, thinking, what am I gonna do in my life? Why am I just doing this? You know what I mean? I need to change my life. So I thought, when I get out, I'm gonna be a boxer. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna go for it. And obviously, I had won amateur when I was about 13. I was 13 when I had my one amateur. I had one amateur, so I didn't have an amateur background at all. And then when I come out of jail, I did about 2 years, training hard with Reece Cartwright and Zahid Hussein. He's fighting for Commonwealth in 4 weeks. I did 2 years with them, just basically chasing them, because obviously I put a lot of weight on when I was in jail. I went up to like 13.5 stone, and I was hench, so like running, my legs were chafing and all that. It was hard, like I was like dragging my ass behind them, like, do you know what I mean? So they pushed me to help me a lot, thanks to them. And then 2 years later, I was ready to turn pro. Because obviously I've been sparring a lot of top prospects like Scott Fitzgerald, Luke Keeler, all these people, and I can't believe that I've only had one amateur. So I was thinking, I thought, I'm just going pro. So no, I turned pro before that. And then I was sparring all these people. And when I turned, after that 2 years, I turned pro, and then me now.
Fucking hell, man.
On this path.
It's a fucking roller coaster, that.
It was mad.
Yeah. So, do you know what? I wanted to pull it back to when you were in year 9 and you had your first children. Yeah. Because a lot of people, like, if they listen to it, it'll be like, oh, like, having a kid at a young age is terrible. Yeah. But you were saying, like, it fucking saved you from the person that you could have been. Like, I just think it's sick to hear it from a different perspective. Yeah. Because, like, if you see it in the media, it's like, young, like, people having kids at a young age, it's not ideal, but it clearly impacted your life in such a positive way. It did.
And you know what it is? Obviously, I'm here now for you guys. I tell my pastor and that. I don't really like talking about, I come from this, I'm this gangster and all that, because it's just an everyday story here from people. But obviously, I'm trying to show people that you can move forward from that life. Do you know what I mean? Get out of that. And I had kids very young, 14. But always look after your kids. Never think, I can't do this because I'm too young. It was hard, and I went through a lot of things that grown people are going through at this age, like messing with other girls, finding out it's to split with your baby mum, all that stress there while I've kids people school.
Such a young age dealing with that.
Do you know what I mean? So it did not me, but it made me grow up. And plus, my kid's mum, she's a really good mum, luckily. So that kept me on the right path as well. I've always been able to see him and that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, they did help me. But if I didn't have kids, I won't be here now. I won't be boxing.
No.
Yeah. A lot of my friends, a couple of my friends are in jail for murder, for selling drugs, for all these things, you know what I mean? So that was the kind of lifestyle I was around, and probably would have, if I didn't have kids, I probably would have been following that same path. But I keep myself away from that because I know now I have 5 kids. Yeah, potentially 6 because I'm doing a DNA.
Yeah.
But I have 5 kids now that I know that are mine. I've got a 5-month I've got a 5-month and I've got a 7-month old baby, 7-month-old baby. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just grinding for them really now.
Yeah. So it just turned into motivation. That's what I'm getting at. Like it was a point where, you know, like you were saying, like it's got a negative stereotype in like maybe media and stuff, but it's like provided you with all the motivation you need to go and crack on and kind of change your life in a positive way. Because, you know, I respect you for saying it as well, because it's easy for people. It'd be easy for you to dine out on. You know, I'm from a rough area. I'm from a known family. I'm from like my friends are doing stuff in the streets that people like fucking claim they're doing when they're, you know, whatever. Like it's cool to be like that, and you're saying like, you know, it's not what I want to be, and you want to put out a positive message rather than be like, you know, online, but you know, talking it all up.
Yeah.
You're like,
because
no,
you see people do it.
Because it'd be easy to sell yourself on like,
Trust me.
I've been fucking shot in, I've been doing this, that, and the other. Like what I'm saying, I've done it, I'm real. But you're not being like that, and it's fucking, it's kind of cool to see.
The bottom line is it's bullshit. Can I
You can swear it. Yeah.
It's bullshit, man. It is bullshit. And I'll say that fucking 10 times. It's bullshit. I wouldn't dream of seeing my kids in the streets. I know what it's like to be put in a position where you feel like you have to do things. I know it's like to be doing things to other people. I know it's like to have things done to you. I know I've been through a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I don't glorify it at all because it's rubbish. That's the reason why I'm doing this now. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing my boxing because I want to show people, not even people that are just with me, people that are not with me as well. Do you know what I mean? People that might not even like me, people that think, oh, I don't like him, or might be on this road thing or whatever. I'm sure I can be a role model to them. Eventually they will like me because they'll see the path that I'm going down and what I'm trying to do. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully it pays off.
And do you know, stepping out of that world, was that quite hard with your friends and with everything that you had going on, or did they support you through that?
Listen, that was one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not even lying, like, your ego, when you're young, your ego is everything in it. So it's like, I had certain friends that were saying, oh, you're not on it no more, or because I didn't do the things I was used to doing. Like, obviously we got a lot of people have got enemies, you know what I mean? So if I'm trying to like step away from the beef or all of that stuff, you get put through tests, and life's all about tests. You're training, you get tested, it's hard. You're fighting, you get tested, it's hard. You're in the streets, you get tested, it's hard. Anything you're trying to do, you get tested in life, do you know what I mean? Because nothing's easy. So when I was trying to pull away from it, I had the feelings on my boys because I think I'm not on it no more. They don't know what you're trying to do. Only you know what you're trying to do in your life. Do you know what I mean? And when you get to a certain age, you realize that you're in control of your own life. Your friends are not in control of your own life, and you're also in control of your kids' life and what your kids do. Do you know what I mean? So when I was in jail, I had a few friends that I'd go check on my kids. When I was out of jail, I thought I had 100 friends. I thought I had 1 million friends that'd be there for me. But when I was in jail, I had a few friends that I'd go check on my kids. So when I come out and people... Because before I went to jail, I was a totally different guy. Reckless, always angry, doing stuff. Do you know what I mean? So when I come out, I changed. And jail changed me, I would like to say that. But when I come out, when I was showing people I was changing, people were saying, yeah, you're not on it no more. But because I was still young, I'm a grown man now. I don't care what anyone says. I do what I want to do. Do you know what I mean? But when I was younger, when I was like... coming out, when I was running out with my boys, I'd think, oh, my boys are on it. It'd upset me. I'd be at home, I'm thinking my boys are not on it, but they don't understand what I'm trying to do. I'd be talking to my boys saying, yo, I'm trying to do a different path. Man, I'd be like, yo, you know what I mean? Falling out with you. It's just like, never ever let other people determine what you're going to do. Because in the end, no one's there for you except from yourself. and no one can look after your family or your kids except from you. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
Nah,
do you know that's fucking real talk? That
seems like you've just taken 100% responsibility for your own life, like you say, like other influences and friends, like whether people like it or not, that does have an impact. Or at a younger age, it will have an impact on decisions that we make, and sometimes greater than others. And in the situation that you're in, like it is quite easy for some. Well, it could have been quite easy, I presume, for someone to say something or for you to do something that you didn't want to do, just because of he's your boy and he thinks differently. So.
Yeah, it's just about being accountable. Like you're only accountable to yourself, right? And once you make that switch, it's kind of like the lights are turned on, and you're like, yeah, fuck. Like, if I want to do something in my life, I have to do it for me. Like, you can't sit around and be like, oh, someone's gonna do it for me. Yeah, it's got to start.
Yeah,
and focus on what you want, like you're saying, and it's like you had that time to process it and be like, yeah, this is what I want to do now. And yeah, it's good that you open up about it, because it is like the people that are around you when you're trying to do something different that's probably uncomfortable to them. Yeah, that's when they start to push back the most. Like the people closest to you provide you sometimes with the most fucking doubt, which is the saddest thing, really. Like if you say it to your friends, like, oh, I want to start a business, they're like, the fuck do you know about business? It's like, mate, you meant to fucking support me. And it's like the total opposite sometimes, and it's kind of fucking sad, really.
Believe me, anything you want to do, you can do it. Put your mind to it. Never listen to anyone selling you can't, because you can do it. Trust me. I believe one day I'll be world champion. Do you know what I mean? And I want to be doing, I'm 23 now. I want to do that before I'm 29. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm learning on the job right now, because I didn't have a big amateur career. So I'm not in no rush, but I'll guarantee you now one day you'll be saying Ishmael Davis is back here and I'll be world champ.
Boom. Yeah, that's big, man. Yeah. So with training then and your mindset coming out of jail, so before going to jail and now you were out, you're back to training, does that change quite a lot then in terms of how you're training? And
and shout out to Keith. I'd also shout out to Reese Cartwright. He helped me, push me in the start. Obviously, we don't train in the same gym no more. Shout out to Zahid Hussein, Justin. I'm my close friends as well, like for believing in my change, like Owen, Lamel. I'm a family, my mum, my dad, my kids, my baby mum, my baby mums. You know what I mean? Everyone that, and Jack Bateson, Mark for believing in me and signing me, you know what I mean? And all these people, sorry for missing your name out, you know what I mean? But all these people have had an impact in helping me believe I can do it, do you know what I mean? And I see Jack's a big influence on me, even though we don't see each other every day. We see each other when we're training sometimes, and we ring each other and that. But just seeing how dedicated he is and where grinding hard's got him, do you know what I mean? Like, he will be a big star, that Jack Bates, and he will be a big star. Zahid is saying he grinds hard every single day. That guy grinds hard twice a day. All these people, and it's role models. So I could have a role model that's my age. It don't matter what age you are. I could have a role model that's younger than me. It don't matter what age you are. Just follow people that are doing good and on the right path. Do you know what I mean? Because if you follow people that are on the wrong path, and I believe in law of attraction. You put out what comes. You put whatever you put out, you'll bring to yourself. Do you know what I mean? So, have good people around you. Keep always being a good, like, always try to be happy. Grind for what you want. You know what I mean?
No, that's big, man. That's something that we've discovered doing the podcast and like talking to people on the podcast. That's what we keep finding out, is like the people you keep around you is like you, like they say, the 5 most people that you hang around with, you're more likely to be like them. So that speaks for itself, really. If you're hanging around negative people, you're likely to be doing negative things. And on the opposite, like you say, you've got Jack Bates and you've got those people that you look up to, and you're on your own grind doing your shit. So it's good to see that.
Yeah, and other people, the last 2 people, Charlie and Rory. Yeah, they're my guys. They believe in me true. Yeah, I can't forget that.
Do you know what it is? A sick point you make about role models can be younger than you. It's actually class to hear it, because and it goes back to what you were saying about people's ego before. Like, if your ego is in control of yourself, you would never let someone younger than you be a fucking role model, would you? Because you'd just be like, well, they're what the fuck do they know? I'm older than these guys. I must be wise. I must be whatever. Do you know what I mean? And then whatever, we sat with Jack Bates in one of the second podcast we did, and after we turned the mics off, I just literally said to him, I was like, I don't know what I fucking expected from you, but I'm so fucking impressed with the way you are as a person. Like, just because you're young doesn't mean you don't understand people. Like, he understands, like, people might be out there blowing smoke up his ass, but he knows they are. And I was like, that's fucking...
Keeps yourself grounded through it, doesn't it?
It was sick to sit with him and understand that.
Do you know me? I won't lie. You see me, sometimes I go, like, off path. Like me, I like to party sometimes, you know what I mean? So I'll be honest, I go off path. That guy there, Jack, he stays on track. And obviously, them guys there kind of give you a kick up the ass when you need one, you know what I mean? Like, come on, we need to train, or we're running in the morning, or we're doing this, we're doing that, you get me? But yeah, he's a grinder, man. He grinds hard, that guy, man, trust me.
Yeah. You're trying to surround yourself with people like that then now?
Yeah, definitely. Because since I got signed by Mark, I've been training at Birmingham as well, innit? And the class boxers there, Billy, you got Billy, you got Corey, you got Denzel Brown, he's there. He's got Mick comes down sometimes as well, Mick Learmonth. You got Adel. Adel's done a lot in boxing, you know what I mean? So he knows his boxing. And obviously you got Martin, you got Mark Reed, and you got Craig O'Neill, and the top trainers, do you know what I mean? And all the boxers of class. So I learned a lot, and it was only obviously I'm a quick learner, and only in a couple of months, Mark's been believing me and putting me in there. I sparred Kyle Smith, I think his name is Kieran Smith. Signed by MTK. He was on World Boxing Super Series, you know, undercard.
Oh, nice.
So I did 10 rounds with him, and Mark believes me and putting me in with these guys, you know what I mean? And these guys are top guys. I've only had 3 fights, and Mark rings me, he's like, Ishi, you sparring today? I'm like, who with? He's like, don't worry, just get down, you're doing 10 rounds. And I'm like, these times I've only done 8 rounds, you know what I mean? I'm just building up. And he's like, listen, you're gonna do it. And then I get in there and I do well. And he's like, look, I told you. And he just makes me believe in myself, do you know what I mean? And he'll ring me when I'm like, if I'm slacking a bit, Ish, what you doing? Get in the gym, you know what I mean? And I get up and get in the gym. And all these people are just helping me out, man. Trust me, it's amazing what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, it's big, yeah. Like, another thing I want to touch on is, like, help is always out there. It's whether you're open to opportunities or not. Like, I think everyone in their own lives, they can make their life better, and people are genuinely want to help, but it's if they look at that light. So it's on that. And I wanted to ask you, with training as well, how many times a week are you training now?
I train twice a day. 6 days a week. No, once on Saturday.
Okay.
So twice a day, Monday to Friday, once on Saturday. So in the morning I'll do either swimming, or I'll do like a little exercise session, or not too heavy on the morning. Sometimes it might be a bit heavy if my trainer feels like that, but obviously I get trained by Keith and Mark,
right, and
all the other trainers I said as well. But my main 2 guys are Keith and Mark. So basically whatever they tell me to do in the morning I'll do light, and then on the evening I'll do heavy, like hard sessions.
Right, okay. I mean?
So yeah.
And one thing we always ask the boxers as well, what's your mindset? Like, going into a fight, are you scared, or how do you feel like inside? Like, your first fight, what was that like?
Yeah, we was there actually. Yeah, we was there.
My first fight. If you don't have nerves, then something's wrong. Every single fight, if they'd be lying if they say that.
Yeah, they've all said that they've got nerves.
Everyone gets nerves. You can't even, the night before, I can't even hardly sleep. You get me? I'm just rushing.
Do you know, Jack said the same thing, didn't he? Like, threw up before fights and shit.
Yeah, it's very hard to get to sleep before a fight. Yeah, so you're scared. Obviously, not scared. I'm not scared, but you're always worrying what can go wrong, or what's gonna happen, or what, you know what I mean? Am I gonna be performing right? Am I gonna get tired, or you know what I mean? So yeah, you got nerves, and then you just get into it. Once you get in, my first fight, that was mad. Obviously,
you look comfortable out there though.
Yeah,
you look calm.
But I didn't show nowhere near as much skill as I got. Obviously, I wanted to knock him out. Like, everyone were there. The amount of tickets I sold and tables and stuff was mad. So it was like everyone were there. So I'm like, yo, I want to put on a show. I want these up to come, and I want to knock this guy out. You get me? I want to be on top of the world after. So it's like I was trying to do a lot to get the guy out of there. And obviously that's my second fight. First one was amateur. My second one's a pro. So everything's just crazy. Like I got in there, I was getting tired quick. I was like, yo, what's going on? Because the nerves and it just drains you. Everything's just draining you. Like you're looking out and like my mind was not focused on the main objectives. You get me? So second fight, went out there, I boxed the guy. You know what I mean? I did very well in my second fight. My trainers were proud. Didn't get him out of there, which I thought I would, but obviously he came in heavy. So the fight was classed as a light heavy fight. Is it light heavy? That's after super middle. Light heavy. I think it was classed as a light heavy.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, it was classed as a light heavy fight. I do not know why, but it was classed as a light heavy fight because he came in so heavy. But I boxed him anyway, but I couldn't get him out. It was too heavy, do you know what I mean? And then third fight, I was patient, slowed it right down, just waited for it and got the stoppage on the third fight.
Yeah. Happy with that, big time, eh?
Big time. First 3 fights had to get one stoppage. I'd have been at home reevaluating my life like, what's going on, man? Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
No, well, say comparing your sparring that you've done with some of those top level guys, and going into the fight, it seems like you're training even harder than your fights are going to be. How is that? Is it different sparring and going into the fight? Is it any tougher sparring, or how do you find the difference?
Listen, believe me, you use double the energy you do in a fight than you do in a sparring match. But obviously, that's why it's good getting a lot of rounds in, which I am doing in between fights. I'm getting a lot of rounds in. Sorry.
No, you're alright.
Yeah, so it's tough. Yeah, it's really tough. But the main thing now is when I was you get to a stage where your body is fit, but say if you have a week off, your input might drop. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've had a bit of rest now because of my shoulder. I had a shoulder injury, so I've had a bit of rest out. I've had a bit of time resting, so my level of like intensity has dropped. You know what I mean? You know when I'm sparring and that now. Yeah. So now I gotta put more work to get back to how fit I was, and then you just get fitter and fitter and fitter and fitter, and it just your body just gets. You start thinking to yourself, yo, how am I doing all this? Do you know what I mean? Because you're so fit, it's mad. It's proper mad. Like it's crazy.
Well, so you had to be training 6 times a week.
Yeah, that's big. Like.
That's putting a lot of stress on your body.
Yeah.
What is it in? Do you do anything for mindset? Do you do anything for like the mental side of things? Because everyone we spoke to, they say like, yeah, boxing's a fucking mental game. Like it's a lot of it's between your ears as well as in your hands.
Yeah, well, I got a shout out my Uncle Matthew for this one because he's big on like meditating. He's a vegan. He reads a lot and he's very into the law of attraction and stuff like that. So he always keeps me up to date with like meditation and like what's it called?
Like little bits to do with the mind and things like that.
He'll send me like a link to someone speaking about your life, of your goals and your mindset and all that stuff, and then he'll tell me to meditate. So I'll try and meditate for 10 minutes, you know what I mean? Or I try to just calm myself right down and just take my mind off things, you know what I mean? Because it's really hard. It's really, really hard. And plus, I've got kids. I've got a lot of stuff going on in my life, do you know what I mean? So it's hard.
To find the time to do it, it makes it even harder, doesn't it?
Press pause for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But then when you do it, do you feel better for it?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Shout out to The Secret, the book. Listen, that changed my life as well. I read that when I was in jail. And that made me believe anything you want to do, you can do it. That's the book that actually changed my life. Yeah. And they say in that book, when you read this book, everyone says when you read this book, well, people that believe in it say when you read this book will change your life. Anyone listening, you read that book, if you haven't read it before, it'll change your life. Believe me.
Yeah. You let me it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did do,
Yeah. We'll throw it back, stuff like that back to each other. Have you carried on reading then?
Yeah,
after you read
I
that,
do
you read stuff now?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I read, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
I say getting new information, like however you do it. Some people read, some people will have, like you say, have conversation with your uncle, of those people that have got those sources, and always trying to take new stuff in like you would in the ring.
Yeah. The Power as well. That's a book that I'm reading now, very slowly.
The Power, I've not read that one yet.
That's by Rhonda Bryan as well.
Is that?
Yeah, same person that read The Secret in it. So yeah, I'm reading that.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
No, boom. Yeah. So you've had a little setback. You've had a little shoulder injury.
Yeah.
What have you been doing to kind of rehab that and look after yourself to prepare yourself for your next fight?
Well, I've got physio starting next month, but I've just been doing my own exercise at home. Well, I went on YouTube. I just googled roto exercises. I've just been doing them at home. So in the morning, sometimes my trainer say, "Don't train this morning. Just do your exercises." So I'll just be at home doing my exercises for about half an hour, 45 minutes, just doing them, and then swimming. That's big. That helped me a lot. Swimming's a big.
Yeah.
And resting, really, just resting, man. Jogs, just jogging.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. Sprints, jogs, all that stuff there.
Okay, no, that's crazy. Do you know? You've said visualization. Have you put anything together to like the end goal of like a lot of people do like like in The Secret they say to do like a picture board of where you want to be and some of the things that you want to attain and that like the
Mick said a lot about it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Mick said he maps all his goals out, what he wants to do like for the year, and he's got like big goals, little goals, like
daily goals.
Yeah, sick.
That he wants to hit. Have you got anything similar to that? Or
I've got loads of goals. Man.
Yeah,
I got a couple of goals. Well, I've got 3 goals that I want to do, and these are just things that I feel like for my kids really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got a couple of dogs. I've been like buying a couple of dogs.
I've seen it in your little passenger seat on your Instagram, like yesterday or something. Little cute little dog.
Yeah, I've got a couple English bulldogs and Frenches. Shout out to my boy Jake. He's got the best American bullies in Leeds. So get at him. Designer Bullies UK on Insta.
Yeah.
And he's another like kind of role model. And my boy Rory, Incredibles on Insta. He's got loads of dogs as well. Yeah, so I've been like kind of taking a few ideas, start my own dog business.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually I want a mansion with a big back garden.
Yeah.
And I want all my kids to look after and sell dogs and breed the dogs and all that stuff. And another goal that I want to do is have my own like estate agents, my own properties. Like I want to renovate and buy houses, renovate them, and then sell them and do all that stuff.
Rent them out.
Yeah, rent them out and do all that stuff. I said the right word, didn't it? Renovate, innit?
Yeah.
Renovate. Yeah, so that's what I want to do, and then clothing line as well. That's closer. That's what I want to do. Closer clothing line, clothing line and dogs. That's what I'm trying to focus on now. Obviously, all that other stuff will come when I've got big chips. You know what I mean?
But that's you have to start thinking about that now, though. Like these things, because those opportunities are they might start now, and it's not a question of I'll do it when I get there. It's about doing it now, and when you get there, you got it.
Yeah, 100%. Just got to get into it. Start planning now. Start planning for the future. And it's good to get your goals out there and say them, get them out into the world. Like actually say them out loud and not keep them in your head. And like, don't be fucking ashamed of them. Don't be ashamed of it at all. Like
keep yourself accountable for them in a way, innit?
Yeah, that's it. We said like we're gonna drop a podcast like every week this year. Yeah, like 52 this year. So like we said it, so we got to fucking do it now. Or we look like twats. You know what I mean?
Man, you can do it.
That's it.
So who have you got? Do you know who you got coming up next in your next fight, or has that been discussed?
No, that been discussed yet. Normally, in the last 6 weeks of camp, you start knowing who you're gonna get. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's still 9 weeks away. So I got a bit of time. Do you know what I mean? So really just focusing on training right now, getting my shoulder back to 100%, and just grinding.
Yeah, well, in terms of like local fans and your supporters, like at the fight that we were at, it seemed like there was shitloads of people.
Yeah, I think we were behind them all.
Yeah,
There was like, the table in front.
There's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Do you tend to get like? Well, do you find have you got a big support group? Then what was that?
Yeah,
were those friends or who are they that came along?
Believe it or not, like everyone from my area knows about me fighting in it.
Right. Okay.
That's what I used to do. Just be knocking people out. Yeah. So everyone wants to see me fight. Do you know what I mean? Everyone just loves to see me fight. So yeah, I got a lot of following. My family, my friends, friends, a lot of people. You know what I mean? Aunties, friends. It's mad. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy.
No, that's good because I guess you're bringing people together as well through that. So no, it's good to hear.
Yeah, it'd be sick for people to follow your journey. I think that'll be the one thing. Do you know how many times you're going to be out fighting this year?
I should have I should have 4 fights now. I'll have 1 in May, and I'll probably try to squeeze 3 at the end of the year, like I did last year, if all goes well. But yeah, 3 or 4 fights.
Yeah. You sit down and plan out that stuff out with your manager then?
Yeah.
You'll sit down like at the start of the year and you'll say, this is where we're at now, this is where we want to be, you know, end of the year, and then, you know, same process the next year and keep stepping up the levels.
Yeah, shout out Mark Bateson, best promoter right now. Putting on all the best shows in Leeds, so he keeps us, we're never waiting for dates. He keeps us active, do you know what I mean? So I would have probably had 5 fights this year if I didn't miss the tonight's show. Gutted about that, but it comes with the game. But yeah, so he'll do 1 in May, and then probably have 1 in November. No, is it September? September, November, and December. You get me? So yeah,
Nice.
should have 3.
Yeah, that's it. So you're fighting at super middle? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm fighting at middleweight.
Middleweight.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go down to light middle.
Yeah.
So super water. When I want to actually drop more. I want to get to 10-7, you know, for like championship weights, but I don't need to do it now because I'm still building, you know what I mean? So when I get titles and that, when I get titles, I'm going to try drop to 10-7 because my first fight, I'm coming at 11-3.
Yeah.
And the light middle's 11 stone.
Yeah, you're a fucking big, broad guy though, aren't you?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
big fucking shoulders.
Yeah. Do you find it hard to drop weight or make weight?
Not too hard. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I can do welterweight. Yeah, I feel like I can do welterweight. So
that's a popping fucking division at the moment as well. Like, absolutely fucking mad. You got like Spence and Garcia there fighting pretty soon, aren't they? You got Furman, all these boys. You know, you never know, down the line you might get someone like Brooke or long term. You got to visualize these things, haven't you?
I will. If you don't retire by the time I get there, but yeah, I will. Shouldn't be too long. 3 years. 3-4 years, I'll be up there, man. Trust me. I just gotta keep grinding, keep training, keep learning. Every day is a learning process. You know what I mean? So, learning progress. So, just gotta keep doing it, keep grinding, man.
Yeah, student to the game, man. That's no way to get there, but fucking putting in the work, man. That's like, boxing's a tough fucking sport as well, man. Like it's when you play. I don't know. Like I played semi-professional basketball.
Yeah,
and you've got a team around you. And you got people motivating you, and you know you see your boy like he's training, and you're not putting the work, and you're like, yeah, I know I should be doing that. Yeah. But it feels like with boxing, it's just all to you, and
it is.
If that day comes and you don't want to do it, it's gonna affect your fucking performance, and it's.
And listen,
like I appreciate that you guys are 100%.
100%. It's hard, man. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna have obstacles. Everything that you do, and that's hard. You have obstacles. Your mind.
Environment.
Temptation, you know what I mean? Temptation is a big thing that I'm trying to tackle. Like that's a big thing because growing up, I've always been out with the boys or fast cars with the boys, driving around, girls or partying and all these things. So coming away from that life, I'm doing well. Like I can ask anyone, I'm actually doing very well. So I'm bringing myself away from that life. But I do like to party sometimes. So
you know what we're the same about? We like to go out and have a...
We'll have that thing where we won't go out for a little bit, and then one of us will text the other one like, "You feeling going out?" And we're like,
"Fucking mad one."
yeah. Then it just gets fucking loose.
And then you do it once, and then it's like, you know, it's
not doing that again.
The next day, you're fucking virgin.
I'll go out one more time. I'll go out, and then you're like, oh nah. Yeah. Like Christmas, my Christmas break. I was out all the time. Yeah. All the time. And then one night, but some nights I won't drink, do you know what I mean? I'll be like, you know, I'm not gonna drink, I'm just gonna chill, have a little one. And it just builds up and you're like, shit. You know what I mean?
Have a few more.
Yeah.
But no, I think it, like we always talk about like switching off and having like downtime and how other people choose to do that. I think it's fucking important to have that. I'm not gonna think about anything else, put everything on pause, just relax, have a good night. And then get back to it whenever you're getting back to it. So what do you do to switch off then, apart from partying and going out? Is there anything else that you...
I love Xbox, me.
Yeah?
Sometimes, some days I'm just going to stay in and just play Xbox.
What do you play?
I play every game that comes out that's good. I've got every game.
Yeah?
I'm online, yeah. I play COD. I love COD. Blackout. I play Blackout. I play Fortnite. I play Forza Horizon 4. I'm waiting for Division. I love Division.
Division.
Yeah.
It's like a racing game, is it?
Nah, that's like a shooting game. Tom Clancy.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Same people that made like Rainbow Six and that. It's sick, man. Every game, man. I can't even think. Yeah, every game.
Oh, big.
Yeah, at least you've got something that you can go to and switch off with there.
Yeah.
Like everyone needs that like thing that to just get away from.
Yeah.
Because like for me, like it'd be like, yeah, I'll just go to the gym or do something like that. But you're in the gym all the fucking time. You need the opposite. So it's that's a sick one. The best one is when you're playing with your mates. Like I don't really play PlayStation too much unless I go to your house, and then we'll just bang UFC on, and then it's just like fucking talking shit to each other and fucking playing for a bit,
smashing each other.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then it's super competitive. It's like if you lose, like fucking rematch that, man. Fucking and you get FIFA, same shit. Like I don't know what it is. Like if you're around your mates and stuff and playing FIFA or whatever, like it gets fucking super competitive.
Yeah. Shout out my cousin Rakeel Pike on that one. Professional footballer, plays for Huddersfield.
Yeah,
I've got him in a £900 debt right now. He's not looking to pay me right now, so I can't even be ringing me or not. But he's in a big debt. I want that, man. I want that.
What's that from FIFA?
I need that. Yeah, FIFA.
Shit, £900.
I've been smashing him up. Proper smashing him up. I had to shout him out.
You just fucking hung him out to dry there, man.
That's it. Tag him in this.
Yeah, that's funny, but it's fucking hell. Yeah.
Do you know what? More on a serious note, man, I just wanted to talk about the environment that you grew up on and how it's obviously affected your life. With some of the lessons that you've learned, like through that time, is there any messages that you'd pass on to your kids, and I guess what you've learned to pass on to them that they might not go down the same path? Or
I'd pass on this to the kids because I wish I did it. Find something you're good at. Don't think you have to be in a gang because everyone else is in a gang. Because I tell you now, believe it or not, it fizzles out, and you do come to a stage in your life where your life's about yourself, not about no other people. So focus on something you're good at. Stay in school, go to college, get a job, grind, or if you want to do sports, do it to the best you can do it. Put 100% in it because you can get anywhere you want to be. Do you know what I mean? Only you can get yourself to where you want to be, and stay off the streets, man. Stay off the streets. If you're gonna go out with your friends, go town, go bowling, go do all these things. If you're not doing that, go home and work on your mind, read. You know what I mean? Do all these things and play Xbox with your boys.
Yeah.
It's not about being a gangster. Life is not about being a gangster. It's not. You know what it is? When I was younger, I wanted to be a gangster. And I tell you what, gangsters love someone pointing at them saying, "Yo, he's a gangster." Him. Why would you want someone to point at you and say you're a gangster? Who the hell wants to be a gangster in 2019? The world's like evolving. It's different now. Back in the day,
it was it was proper like glamorized, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like across music and what.
Yeah, it was glamorized back then, and you could even like music. Let me tell you another thing about music. The people that are doing music in London are doing it because they want to get out of the gangs. They're not doing it because they just want to be a gangster and want to stay there. They're doing it to support the family. Yeah, they might be talking a lot of rubbish that they've been involved in, but I tell you now, anyone that is a smart person, wants to make money, look after the family, make sure the next generation of their family's okay. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just focus on something that's positive. Stay positive. Life might be hard, but only you can make it get easier. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'd say to the children and people growing up out there.
Nah, big up to that, man.
That's a sick message, man. Yeah, that's it. I think, do you know what I wanted? One thing is, I think kids get a fucking hard press. Like, younger people get a fucking hard press now, like in like media or whatever. And I think, like, what is there really out there for them to fucking focus their minds on? Like, if you're out and you, like, we used to play football or whatever, like on the street or whatever, but like, there's nothing really constructive out there, is there? Like, there's no people out there trying to actively fucking help them. It's like, oh yeah, just help yourself. And like, they need role models. Like, they need people like you to be out there speaking about stuff and being like, look, I've been there, I've done that, and it's not fucking glamorous at all. Like, it's not a life you want to live.
It's actually not.
It needs to be said.
It's actually not, and it gets to a point where, say if you're in the streets, you're running with guns, you're running with straps and all that, yeah. You're running with knives. It gets to a point where you're gonna clash with your enemy. One of them is just gonna die. One of them is gonna go to jail. That's all that's gonna happen. If you think you're a gangster, you're always gonna be tested. These days, no one cares about your name, your reputation. You get what I mean? So you're always gonna be tested. You're always gonna be clashed. When I was younger, I built a reputation for myself. Then I always was tested. Do you know what I mean? Rolling with stupid. You know what I mean? Putting myself in predicaments I don't want any people to be in. Do you know what I mean? So I thought I was the guy. But then someone else will come up and think they're the guy, and then someone else thinks they're the guy. So that thing that I said, going back to saying, yeah, my man's a gangster, they'll only be saying that for us. Someone else will be looking at you thinking, yo, I want to be that guy. If you two don't get along, you end up being enemies. You're clashing. You're in the streets clashing. You know what I mean? And another thing, what would you rather be? A gangster, someone pointing at you and say, oh, yo, he's a gangster, him. Or would you rather say, yo, man was a world champion? Look at AJ. Put any gangster in the world next to AJ. Who's better? Who would you rather be? You'd rather be AJ, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So,
hands down.
Any gangster next to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Any gangster next to any top sportsman. Or I'm only saying sports because I do sports myself. You know, I'm a sportsman myself. But you can be an engineer. You can be a builder. You can be anything you want to be. You can build mansions, build the sickest houses in the world if you put your mind to it. Do you know what I mean? So you can do anything you want. But I tell you now, kids growing up, being a gangster ain't the way forward. So if you got someone telling you that's a grown man, keep yourself away from them because they ain't putting you down the right path. You know what I mean? You're only going to be in jail. And when you go to jail, that person that's telling you, the person you're looking up to be a gangster, they're not going to be there for you when you're in jail. So, yeah, that's what I'll say to the kids.
No, that's big, man. Like,
yeah. That's it. Fucking hit the nail on the head, man.
Peer pressures are like a fucking bitch, man. Like, especially at such a young age, man. Like, for me, it was kind of weird. I was born in Mauritius. I came to this country when I was 8 years old, and I grew up in Armley. So I kind of saw like the both sides of living in a pretty shit area, seeing drugs, seeing those kind of thing going on. And my parents also like worked pretty hard, and we were able to go to what you'd call, I don't know, middle class neighborhood or whatever.
Yeah.
And just seeing the change in people and how they act, and being in that middle class neighborhood, you'd get like normal people, like, you know, they've not had a bad upbringing, they've not had anything, but they see that gangster fucking lifestyle and they want a piece of that for some reason, and it becomes like, oh yeah, I want to be that. Yeah. But then they end up doing shit that they don't even want to do. And
you see them people there, they're the ones that end up in jail for a long time because they want to be doing it. But anyone that's been brought up and being like me or my people around us, we did it because we didn't have to. If I said we have to, I'd be lying, because you don't have to do anything. You do what you want to do in it. But that was what we were growing up around. That was cool in it. That was proper cool. And don't get me wrong, never let anyone treat you in it. Like, always protect yourself and be there for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Never be an idiot for anyone. I'm not saying let anyone bully or do all that stuff, because I never do that. That's one thing I don't do. You get me? And everyone knows that. No one looks at me and thinks, yeah, my man's a dickhead, I can treat my man, or I can rob him or do anything, because I ain't in our bed. You get me? So I'll always protect myself, and I'll always be on my own thing. Do you know what I mean? So I'm doing stuff to better me and my kids. Yeah. So I don't want to be put in them predicaments where I have to take me out of my comfort zone to do other things that might jeopardize my life or put me in jail or doing all these things. You know what I mean? So this is why I try to stay positive and I try to stay in the gym. I try to stay around these people that are doing the right things. So never let peer pressure get you. Do you know what I mean? Never let it get you, man. Never let it get you.
No, that's a big fucking point, that, man.
Yeah.
Well, on that, Ishmael, if people want to find you, they want to find out more about you, where can they go to check you out?
You can follow me on Instagram, ishmael.bp.davis. On Facebook, Ishmael Davis. Or you can follow my Snapchat, blazing_3M. You can see what I'm doing day to day. You know what I mean?
Training in them now, boom.
In that.
That's big, man.
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
And that's blazing without a G. BLAZIN_3M. Yeah.
Big, man. So we'll definitely have to get you back in after your next fight.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little part 2 here, man.
Yeah, find out that's going on, man.
The next interview will be all positive. But I had to put it, it's not even negative because I'm saying good things, but the next one we'll just be talking about future and positive stuff
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But obviously, you know where I'm from now. You know what my background is, but you know where I'm heading.
Well, do you know what? I want to like say thanks for you for sharing what you did. Like, if I came from that, I'd find it very hard to put that across and to be 100% honest with what you said. And I think a lot of people are out there that hopefully can listen to this and learn something from that message and don't do anything that they don't really want to do.
Yeah. Trust me.
It. You need them role models from someone that is fucking relatable to you. That's it. It's all right. Someone saying like, don't do that. It's bad. They'll just be like, well, what the fuck do you know? You don't live where I live. You don't walk where I walk. And to listen to someone like you, relatable, fucking young, still trying to graft and make something of your life. It has like a power of fucking 10 compared to anything like that. So thanks a lot for coming in and opening up, man. I fucking appreciate it. I've been just sat here quiet because I've just been fucking listening, man. It's been
Thank you to you guys, man. Shout out, Make It Masterminds, you get me? If you're a sports person, you're doing anything positive, make sure you come and support and get on a podcast.
There you go.
Boom.